back, baby. Wednesday, July. Hold on a second. Or no, it's August.
No, it's August,
I'm so
bro.
messed up here. It's not July anymore. August. It is August 2nd.
We have live football tomorrow.
We do. That's crazy. Live football. Gonna get some Zach Wilson. Who'd have thought? A couple years ago, we get Zach Wilson in the Hall of Fame game.
I would have probably never thought. I was a big Zach Wilson
fan. I will say, we're going to get to see some Dorian Thompson-Robinson, a guy who I wanted the Lions to take in like the 7th round, but the Browns got him, so we'll see how he is. He's fighting for a roster spot. But we have a great show for you guys. We are going to do a little draft. Nick was inspired so much after the Mount Rushmore draft we had that he had to take it a step further. We're doing current Lions. It's not just an ordinary draft. We'll be duking it out. 1v1v1, mano-y-mano, 7v7s, well, kind of 14v14 if 7 offense, 7 defense. But each guy is going to take 7 offense, 7 defensive players. We'll get to the positions in a bit, but it's going to be fun. Snake draft. But Tigers aren't playing today, Nick.
They played them this morning, and they won.
They did? Okay. I was... See, have you ever been on ESPN before and you're looking for like any sort of game, and it was because they played earlier, and they're just like you have to hit full scoreboard to see them.
So I do.
No. Okay. So yes,
I'm not there with you. I do not mess with ESPN. I do not like that they're laying off everyone. I do not like ESPN. I just have to watch ESPN. So I use the Score, the app, the Score. You can set your favorites. So anytime you go to any scoreboard, your team playing later, playing earlier, finished, not finished, whatever, is just the very first thing you see. And like you can go to the homepage and all of your favorited teams are right there. So I recommend the Score app. Interesting. And they're very close on all the lines too, if you're a gambling person.
Not so much a lot of news, little news, some good, some bad. Bad news, Shane Zylstra. I don't know what his exact leg injury was, but it was a leg injury. He's going to be out for quite some time. The good news is the Lions did decide to, bring him back, and we just threw him on IR. So he will still be with the team. We're not waiving him. But a bummer nonetheless. Some other good news.
Friendly fire, too. Khalil Dorsey.
Was it?
Undrafted defensive back. Khalil Dorsey went in low. Dan Campbell had some words. He didn't mince words today about it. If you read, he was saying, you don't do that. And they had to talk about it, but they don't do that. It does suck for a friend of the show, Shane Zylstra.
Interesting. Yes. And then another, kind of good, kind of bad. Dan Skipper joining the Colts. I guess good for him, but love Skip. He was fun to see. At least we got to see him at Hard Knocks and have him on the show. If you guys want to check that episode out, it's somewhere on the YouTube page. A few episodes.
Spotify also.
Jameson Williams finally making some noise, not so much bad noise that I'm sure all you people see that these clickbait people are posted. He's been doing better after that little scuffle or whatever you want to call it with Starling Thomas, the undrafted defensive back. J-Mo had a great, nice little toe drag swag catch. He's looking good. There was a weird little quote from Dan Campbell, kind of seemed concerning, in which he said it was something to do with his hands. And he was, Jameson Williams is more of a deep threat guy. He doesn't use his hands to make plays. He uses his speed. So, boys, I'm just going to ask you now, with all we've seen, J-Mo, good, bad, nothing, something, do you think this is any type of cause for concern before we actually see him play? Or are we still on the no, can't judge this book until we read into it?
No, I'm not worried. I just want to be the first to say that people are going to sleep on Jameson Williams and he's going to explode. Because what Dan Campbell said wasn't wrong. J-Mo Williams has special speed, right? Speed that is rare, right? And so that's what he is mostly weaponized to do. He's not a Amon-Ra St. Brown, technical route runner, catch balls at all costs, all angles, possession receiver type. He's just not. He's more stretch the field. Quick slants, boom, take it 90 yards. I just think the negativity has become a doom spiral for Jameson Williams, and I hope he stays positive through it all and returns in week 6 or week 7 and dominates, because they're sleeping on somebody who has rare talent.
It's not even so much that they're sleeping, in my opinion. I think that this is just what the media and the fans do. Every chance we get, we jump down our first round picks throat if they're not proving themselves immediately, to a point where we boo them out of city, we boo them out of town, and it's just almost embarrassing. It's like, I don't know. I mean, the reports are the reports. They're what the people are putting out there. That's what we have to go off of. So I get that some people are unhappy with what Jameson has been doing, but we're missing, like, I believe Adam tweeted like this perfect catch of him toe dragging, and he's like, anyone just wants to talk about his drops, but we ain't bringing this up. And I tweeted the one about him blocking for Jahmyr Gibbs and bursting him to a. He's been excellent. Today he had a huge bounce back practice, as was said, and he caught a 50-plus yard touchdown catch over CJ GJ and burnt him by like 5 yards. Supposedly, because again, all we have to go off of, unless you were there, is the reports that we see. So I think you're right. Everyone is sleeping on him, and I think it's like to a point where we need to just calm down as media, as fans. Just J-Mo's going to be fine. I've tweeted it twice in the last like week. Like, J-Mo will be fine. Everyone, J-Mo is a dog. He is crazy talented. We are still figuring things out. We heard Dan Campbell say that he will get a lot of reps in preseason, so we will see firsthand how he acts up against lower end cornerbacks and defensive backs. So we will see how this goes.
So Julius, looks like you might be winning that little preseason bet.
Oh, shoot. I don't even remember that, but I think I do remember making that. But what was it?
All I remember was James Williams snaps. Yeah. Julius had the way over. I had like the just about right, and Nick had the under.
I knew they were going to try to unleash him in the preseason because he's unproven. Right. He's unproven. And if he comes out and goes 3 for 120 with 2 touchdowns in the first preseason game, nothing else to prove, J-Mo.
Yeah.
100%. And then Nick, also with that little clip you were talking about, the little toe drag swag I mentioned, it was a perfect play because it didn't just show me that J-Mo, could catch and, keep his feet in bounds, but Goff throws that ball before he makes that cut. So like they were on the same page. They're starting to get that chemistry down, which I need to see. And once you get that trust down, you're going to have Goff throwing the ball, 10, 15 yards ahead of him and just trust in J-Mo that he's going to get there. He's going to beat out the DB, whoever, and make the play. So
yep,
it's all going good. A couple other guys that have been slept on for real, it seems to be by the NFL players. Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnow are likely going to be left off of the top 100. Actually, I should rephrase that. Top 110, because they do release the bottom 10 guys, which Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow did not appear. It's come down to the final, I think, 30 to 21. 20.
Okay.
Okay. 20. So, yes, the final 20. And if we don't see Penei or Ragnow, which I doubt we do, then they're outside of the top 110, which is surprising because I think all of us, and not just Lions fans, not just, Lions players, pretty much everyone can agree that Sewell should be at least a top 100 player. This dude's a beast. He literally won the Vikings game himself against us with that nice little 8-yard catch. He can do it all, man. Run block, pass block, catch the ball. What do you guys think of this? Nick, are you more shocked that we saw Goff on there and not Sewell or Ragnow, or was this something you're like, all right, typical, we're not getting our flowers yet?
I think getting 3 on there is getting our flowers. I believe I was on record saying on the show that we might not have any, and I was very happy to see that we had 3. Sewell plays the wrong position to be on here. Don't play right tackle, and you can get on this list. That's pretty much it. I mean, list how many right tackles were on this list. I think it's just Lane Johnson.
That's a good point.
So you just play the wrong position. It is what it is. Decker's our left tackle. Sewell's our right. He doesn't need – it's not about personal accomplishments. Just go out there, win as a team. Ragnow was too injured last year. He is the best. But he was just too hurt. And as much as we appreciate him playing through that, and I think other NFL players do too, and I bet he got some votes, just not enough to make that top one. You got to be a sexy pick. You know what I mean? You can't. It's got to be a sexy pick. It's rough to see. Again. How many centers made this list?
Jason Kelce.
so yeah. Okay. So we didn't have the number one right tackle or center. We have the number two, in my opinion. That's why a lot of position rankings put an offensive line, the Eagles 1 and the Lions 2. It is just what it is.
I think that there's an outside chance that Penei Sewell makes the top 20.
I love the optimism. I'm right there with you. I also thought about it. I was like,
we were all.
However, I just can't believe that Jamal Williams is on this list over Penei Sewell.
Oh, there's some odd ones.
You know,
come on,
it's the 80s and 90s. There's a few names. There's a few names but I agree with you with Frank Ragnow, Nick. Like, he had an injured season last couple years. Really, he's getting older. Center is just undervalued by nature. So, but I really think Sewell should have been on this list.
I agree.
He was snubbed.
And the sad part was he should have at least been like one of those honorable mentions, because you saw some, DK Metcalf, he came in at 101. There's a couple other defensive players that, were, but yeah, you're exactly right, Nick. It's position. It's
Jamal Williams was just mentioned more, and he was funny and like people know him, and
they know him.
Kazakage Kamakachi or whatever he said. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? House of the game.
No one's thinking, Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow. Those are star players. It's like if you're not
in Detroit, you are. If you're in Detroit, you are. But the NFL, it's just the NFL players will list like probably a couple of the guys in the trenches, but also probably fill. Like, I think they fill out the top 10, and they fill out probably 2 offense or defensive linemen, and then 8 like sexy picks. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I agree. At least we got to see Goff in there. He was probably the most surprising, I will say. Him, Amon-Ra, and Hutch were the 3 that made it in. All 3 deserving of it too as well. Yes, Cousins at 42. That was kind of all right. Well, whatever. But nonetheless, sorry, that was a comment that I tried to put up that failed. But anyways, my question of the day before we get into our little Lions draft. Boys, I believe it was you, Nick, that posted this question, so you might already have the answer to it. What stung more? The Brandon Pettigrew, I believe it was Brandon Pettigrew, Dallas Cowboys flag pickup, the old infamous one that cost us our first playoff win, or the Armando Galarraga perfect game, no call, or I guess missed call, whatever you want to call it. Nick, you're the baseball guy. Let's hear it.
I don't know why I posted this. I just hurt some feelings, I guess, by posting it. But it's a pretty funny tweet if you see it. I think what hurt worse was the Lions. I love the Tigers more than anything. The perfect game would have been amazing. But he is still in the Hall of Fame. He still got awarded a car. Like he is like the one man who has a 28 out perfect game, and instead of the 24th or 25th man to have a perfect game. Yes, it's incredible either way, in my opinion. And the Lions just got hosed. But realistically, we only scored 3 points in the second half in that game. That flag should not have mattered this much. Shouldn't have mattered this much. I did read those comments, but those were my thoughts. We just have the same thoughts as.
Remember was saying they were like, "Oh, the Lions, they should have scored more in the second half. That play didn't just do it."
Oh, I guess I wasn't even realizing that. I thought you were talking about the Armando Galarraga one. But no, that is true. I've said that for so long. Like, we should not get by just on blaming that flag. It kind of annoys me. Julius, which one hurt you worse?
Between the Pettigrew flag and the perfect game destroyer, it's got to be the perfect game destroyer, just because. You know what? At the time, it was the flag. I can remember how irate I was. I remember. I was an adult. I was an adult when it happened. I was screaming outside, hearing all these Cowboy fans elated around me, and I knew that was the play that took it. But honestly, there's just not been perfect games. Like, it's just so rare. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like that's worse to steal. You know. because we had the rest of that game as the Lions. The Lions had the rest of that game to try to, bounce back and win. The thing with Pettigrew kind of happened like, was it late in the fourth? Was it early in the fourth or late in the third?
It was late in the fourth.
Late in the fourth. So they still had a few possessions, I believe, and they totally stalled out.
I think either the Lions would have been able to run the clock out with a field goal, or no, we ended up punting. Yeah, I think it was we could have won it with a field goal. So
yeah, I think we actually shanked the punt actually, and
yeah, we did shank the punt. I remember that. Oh man! So watched the whole game at some bar. I don't remember where it was. Some bar in like I don't even know. But anyways, I remember the whole bar, the whole setting. They had a big old projector, and when that whole play unfolded, I was like, "There's a flag. They can't pick this up." And I was like, "Oh, that's okay." There's a guy that ran on the field without his helmet on. Des Bryant. They got to call this. Nope.
He got his karma the next week.
And yes, he did, which I was the one time in my history. There was like another time where Ohio State beat someone where I hated it, but I was rooting for Ohio State at the time. One time I was happy the Packers got a win, and that was over the Des Bryant. Oh, we should call
Do you remember like the reports after about how the the lead official was on like Jerry Jones's plane the week before or something or of that nature that alluded to that there was some kind of scandal, and I was all up in it like, conspiracy, dude, are you kidding me?
But the Galarraga thing, see, for me, little Adam wasn't a big into baseball. I just, knew the Tigers, knew we were, hot stuff, Jim Leland. We had Maglio Ordonez, all those dudes. And I, when it happened, I didn't really realize like how crazy it was. I almost I think I did associate a perfect game with a no-hitter where I was like, we've seen tons of these. What's the big deal? And then I remember I was like 11 or 12. I rewatched it, and oh my gosh, it was the first time I saw the play, and it took the wind out of me. I was just like, ugh. Like, no way that just no way that made that call right. Like, what? And then I laughed to myself and thought, well, this is just Detroit luck, and that only got worse.
It's horrible. It's a horrible thing to take away a perfect game on the last out. The last out. And it was the wrong call. It was just horrible. I was shocked. I was watching that game live, and the only time I've been more shocked watching – there's two times where I've been just as shocked watching a Detroit sports game. When Aaron Rodgers threw the Hail Mary on the Lions, I was speechless for like 30 minutes. And the Malice in the Palace. Ooh. Me and my pops, my brother, we were watching Fox Sports Detroit at the time. We were like, wow, this is actually going down. And then the Galarraga perfect game steal with the last out. Those three times.
I would probably even add in, I don't have a Red Wings thing, the Avalanche fight with Darren McCarty and Claude Lemieux. And those are like the four most iconic Detroit moments, So it's amazing. I love it. Speaking of Darren McCarty fighting, might have a special announcement maybe coming soon. Might be on the show in a couple weeks, maybe. If you like Darren McCarty.
Fingers crossed. All right, let's head into this little draftaroo. Julius, I believe you're kicking it off for us. Nick, you're second. Me finishing up with the old snake draft. So we're each going to draft 7 offense, 7 defense. Any player you want.
Right. But specific positions that we need to fill. A quarterback, a running back, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 offensive linemen on your front 7, and your back 7, 4 defensive linemen / linebackers, and then 3 defensive backs, cornerback or safety.
Yeah, it's pretty even. It's like your typical, if you were to think a 7-on-7 game, offense, defense, that's pretty much what it is. So nothing extremely crazy. No, 2 running backs, 2 tight end stuff, just a couple offensive linemen, 1 running back, 1 quarterback. So that is going to bring us to the point where someone gets Jared Goff and someone's going to be stuck with Nate Sudfeld. So it'll be real interesting to see which way we all go. But without further ado, Julius, you are now on the clock.
Well, I'm just going to turn my ticket straight into the commissioner. And with the first pick, In 707, I'm drafting quarterback Jared Goff to my team so he could throw bombs to whoever I pick at receiver soon.
Yep, I think that was the smart choice. You had to take him.
Had to.
Clearly, the most important piece of the Lions' offense. If you were to go down, it kind of all collapses. Knock on wood for that. But Jared Goff is off the board. Nick, can't tell. Oh, there goes
My
Nick.
losses.
Bounced out.
Is he on the clock? He's on the clock.
Nick is on the clock. You know what? We will just pivot. I'll go second. Nick, you're going third because of your technical difficulties. So for me, I'm not taking a quarterback. Don't need Hooker, Sudfeld. I can get them way later. I need a stud, a true stud. And that right there is Aiden Hutchinson. I'm sure Nick's bummed out because I'm sure Nick wanted Hutchinson with that second overall pick. But can't go wrong with Hutch. He is an absolute animal. 9.5 sacks last year, 3 interceptions. He would definitely be getting a lot of sacks on Jared Goff, Julius. Hate to break
That's a great pick. That's a great pick, Adam. Aiden can also play offense, I bet. You could throw him. You could throw him at tight end.
That's true. Honestly, that's true. I will say,
he will dominate. He might be a little baby Gronk out there.
Did you see there was a clip, not to hate on Hutch, but there was a clip where Decker, he pancaked Hutch. I mean, not pancaked, but he wrestled to the ground and put Hutch on his butt. So it was a nice little, like, we get your turn it up rookie, but you need a little piece of humble pie.
He's on the clock. Nick is on the clock on the first round of the draft. Let's talk about the board, Adam. Let's talk about the board. What is he looking at here? Looking at Penei Sewell and Frank Ragnow. He's looking at offensive linemen, some of which could possibly help him defensively. Like, I would imagine Penei Sewell could help defensively as well.
Technology, boys.
Hey, you lost the second overall pick, Nick.
No. Hold on. Am I like black and white? No, maybe I'm not.
All right. You can only.
I didn't do what you guys said. Nope. We're just starting this draft off here.
First overall pick.
Technology is not going to be on my bad side today. I'm not allowing.
Listeners, you heard what I said, so this is we'll see.
What do you say?
No. First overall pick, Jared Goff. Nick, you're on the clock.
Okay. ASB.
Oh, all right. Well, this kind of works out now.
This works out.
This really works out.
Okay, cool. I'm glad it works out.
Hutchinson at 2.
That's kind of okay. There we go. We didn't miss much. It was just I thought I had my computer charged in, and I guess I didn't, and so I had to do a quick update. Pretty dramatic exit though. Right as we were starting the draft. Pretty dramatic, I thought. All right.
Definitely did build some suspense. Yes. All right, I'm going Hutch and got to go Sewell. Need some offense, defense. Build through the trenches, baby.
Give me the speed on the outside. I'll take J-Mo. Double up receiver to start. You guys didn't see it coming at all, did you? Woo!
No, that's interesting.
Like
ASB and J-Mo as my receivers. Have fun with Khalif Raymond down there. No, I'm just joking.
That's interesting. I like that. That's a good strategy. Julius back on the clock for 2. Going offense, defense. Nick took.
So now the board gets kind of stretchy, but I'm pretty sure I have my pick.
You get 2.
This pick, I am selecting running back Jahmyr Gibbs to go along with Jared Goff, and we're gonna do stuff. Jahmyr Gibbs is a running back and a receiver, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Who else? You got 2 here, Julius.
You're getting 2 every time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's snakes. Okay. Well, I'm a double dip rookies. Give me Jack Campbell with the second overall.
Your boy, dude. I know Jack Campbell is the best player alive for you, dude.
I hope he is.
Rookie first team All-Pro.
I hope so, too.
All right, back to me.
Back to Nick.
Back to me, and we're gonna sure up our Woo, we're gonna go with CJ Gardner Johnson.
Like
Oh, Nick wants a
That's-
little bit of that secondary action. I like it. I like it.
That gives
I
me
got-
Amon-Ra St. Brown, JMO, CJ, GJ for a reminder.
It's a nice
Okay.
trifecta there.
That's some pass catchers right there, some ball hawks.
Yeah.
I wasn't really planning on the strategy, but it's just so clear cut here. I got to take the two best Lions offensive linemen, so I'm going to tag on Frank Ragnow, and then who better to run behind them than none other than David Montgomery. Go untouched every single time he gets the ball. I got the two best offensive linemen and Montgomery, and then Hutch on defense. You boys are in trouble.
I'm gonna take a rookie tight end, Sam Laporta.
Ooh.
Yet another pass catcher. Oh, no one saw it coming, did they? Oh, I'm gonna have the most explosive offense in the world.
Guys, try to keep track of all these names.
They are going quick. They are going quick. That's why at the end we'll recap all of our teams. So if you can't follow along while watching, or listening, we'll recap at the end. For me right now, I'll recap. I'm at Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta on offense, CJ GJ on defense. Julius for 2.
So to add to my squad, Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell, I am going to bring the longest tenured Lion aboard and select my guy, friend of the show, Taylor, the best Buckeye I've ever known, Decker.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. It's
National
true,
championship winner.
True facts. True
My
facts.
favorite
Little
only
Decker, welcome to the
Buckeye.
team, brother. And with my second pick, I want some more linebacker. Give me Malcolm Rodriguez himself. Rodrigo.
That's fun.
I like that.
That's fun. It's tough not being the only one that doesn't have 2 picks. I'm stuck in the middle right now, getting 1 pick.
I know how it was last week.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay, well, I don't really need to draft a running back because you both have a running back and you can't get another one, so that's good. Quarterbacks, there's still Hendon Hooker and Nate Sudfeld available. Me and Adam will play chicken on who gets who. Don't need any receivers, don't need a tight end, still need a couple offensive line, and need a lot of defensive help. So I'm going to shore up the interior defense, Aleem McNeil. Mr. 17% less body fat. The man who held Saquon Barkley in check, Aleem McNeil.
I like it. I like it. Aleem the Dream McNeil.
Aleem the Dream.
Shout out. Funny little thing. Last year at the Lions, I think it was like I almost positive. It was actually their first game. I shouted out, "Dream, let's go, Dream!" And he turned around, gave a big little smile, and pointed at me.
Hell
And
yeah.
then my mom kind of gave me the way to go, genius. She's like, why were you recording that? Because I obviously knew to say something that would get his attention. And I was like, why was I recording that? Dang, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, now it's just one of those awesome memories. The board, it's still juicy. We still got some studs left.
Board's
Don't need running back. Don't need offensive line. I could grab a wide receiver, but it would be a bit of a reach on Marvin Jones. Some DBs are looking nice. Rodrigo, wish I could take him right here because that was a smash. Julius, you get those nice linebackers, but I think I'm going to have to dip into the DBs and go, this is tough. Kirby, Joseph, and all right, let's go Kirby and there goes my phone. I dropped my phone literally at least like twice an episode. Kirby and Sutton.
Double dipping in DB.
I have a strategy. I'm hoping a player comes back to me, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, that comes back to me. I just got interior defensive line with Aleem McNeil. I should get an edge rusher to go with it. Give me James Houston. Mr. Skip Sack himself, if you saw it.
Stole right from under my arms, Nick.
Oh.
I was about to get the problem.
The problem, as they say. Yes, sir.
The problem for you.
Right. So,
Julius.
All right, Julius, give me your picks again here. Let me
I
make sure I
have
got
Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Taylor Decker, Jack Campbell, and Malcolm Rodriguez. Got a tough team. That makes 5. So these are my final 2 choices.
No, we are drafting 14 people, sir.
Of course we are.
7 offense, 7 defense.
It starts to get lean.
It does start to get a little lean.
I am going to choose another rookie with this pick, Brian Branch.
No.
He's having a great training camp, and I need him to kick off whatever quarterbacks y'all draft later on in this draft.
Would have loved me some Brian Branch. I was debating on if I should take Branch or Sutton, and I was hoping Branch would fall back to me. Fortunately, he does not.
No.
Nick?
No, I think Julius gets one more, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he only drafted Brian Branch.
You're right. You're
Correct. Don't steal my pick, Adam. I am going to add another big guy to the squad, offensive side of the ball. My man's Pro Bowler, Jonah Jackson. Welcome to the squad.
Shoot, I should have took him. Damn it! I was either him or James Hughes. You were going to get one. I was going to get one. My offensive line is going to look slim. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Good thing you got some good wideouts.
Yeah. Got some good wideouts, though. That's right. I'm going to need a good quarterback to throw to him. Give me Hendon Hooker.
Nick goes.
Somebody was going to bite.
I want him over Sudfeld. I want that arm, baby.
SEC
champion. SEC player of the year.
Offensive player of the year, yeah.
Interesting. Who? All right, give me. Where am I at? No, I don't need any more DBs. Well, actually, that's good because I couldn't even draft it, Brian Branch.
You have 3 already?
I have. Or wait. Oh no. Is it this?
3 DBs, 4 front 7 guys.
Something got lost here. Oh, yep, there it is. It just it went on to the next page.
Oh. Damn, Microsoft Word.
All right, give me Tracy Walker for my final DB, and then I gotta keep building through the trenches. Let's go. Julius's Mount Rushmore man, John Kaminsky.
Nice. He's good.
Leave me Alex Anzalone, and I'm very okay with that. Give me Anzalone in the middle, behind Aleem the Dream, James Houston, play the Sam linebacker, the edge rusher, and Anzalone to call my plays.
I like it. I had to support Anzalone. We have defended him quite a bit on Twitter. There was quite some haters. So hopefully, man. So I want to see him just take a monster next time. Don't think it'll happen, but you never know.
Yeah. Where are we at now? I don't even know. Julius for 2?
Yeah, Julius for 2.
Okay.
Julius for 2.
Looks like we got 7 picks left.
Correct.
Six picks left. You got 7. Me and Adam.
So with this next pick, I don't think I've chosen a proper wide receiver yet. So I'm going to pick a very underrated guy, I believe. And his name goes by Khalif Raymond. And he'll take the top off of your defense if y'all blink.
That might be true. And then back to you, Julius.
Back to me. I think I'm going to keep it on the offensive side of the ball and get another underrated, unheralded player. And that guy is running back Craig Reynolds.
No, wait. You already have a running back.
I already have a running back. Okay, then I renege that pick. I could choose another pass catcher, right?
Wide receiver or tight end?
All right. In that case, I'm gonna go with tight end James Mitchell with this pick. I think he is being slept on a bit.
Adam, are you keeping track? Well, I guess we'll figure. Do we all have our roster? Or just
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Kind of.
I literally just in the middle of this, I'm like, all right, wait a minute. How are we gonna post this somewhere? I was not keeping track of your guys's. All right, but I'm glad. Thank you, Adam, for keeping track of it. I appreciate it. All right. I need 2 more defensive backs, 2 offensive linemen,
Team
1
again,
back,
Nick.
D-line linebacker. What?
You say your team again.
Okay, I got Hendon Hooker,
Okay.
and then I got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, 2 receivers and a tight end. I got 3 front 7 guys, Aleem McNeil, James Houston, and Alex Anzalone. And I got 1 defensive back, CJ GJ. But I will add to my defensive. No, I won't. I'm going to go front 7 and finish that up. Give me my main man, Isaiah Buggs, dude. I was talking him up all offseason. He was my number 1 re-sign I wanted. Him and Aleem in the middle with Houston and Anzalone running the outsides and the linebacker position. I really like that. That would be a tough team to beat.
I agree.
Don't like that. Oh man.
Dun dun dun. Adam, who do you got? Remind us. I don't think
It's getting tough. All right, so my team, I got Montgomery, then I got Sewell and Ragnow, and then the defense, I got Hutchinson, Kaminsky. For my DBs, I got Sutton, Kirby, and Tracy.
Okay.
Give me, I need some sort. I really want to go offense, but I guess I'm gonna go offense here and take Marvin Jones and
Marvin can sing real well. If anyone didn't know that, he's a good singer.
He can also bake.
And his wife owns a bakery in East Lansing, I'm pretty sure, or somewhere.
And give me Romeo.
Oh, Romeo, oh Romeo, something where art thou, Romeo, something like that, right? All right, that's coming back to me, and we are getting deep. I'm gonna take. Oh my gosh, I think something's happening in front of me. I need to put on my seatbelt. Going Jerry Jacobs, dude. Oh yeah, we need Jerry Jacobs on this team, dude. Mr. Seatbelt Gang can come on over to the team. Julius for 2.
So I'm gonna list off my squad. Offense, I got Goff and Gibbs, Decker, Jonah Jackson, Khalif Raymond, and James Mitchell. And then defense, I got Jack Campbell, Rodrigo, and Brian Branch. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to add to that defense and select who I think is also being. I like slept on players. His name is Romeo Okwara. And
just got drafted. Didn't someone just draft
Yeah,
Romeo Okwara?
No,
and I just decided.
I was just kidding. I meant Julian Okwara, guys. Okay, y'all got the wrong Okwara, brother. Give me Julian. Give me a Julian Okwara. He should do work on my defense.
You busted up my strategy. I tried to get the brothers.
And then with my second pick, has Emmanuel Mosley been taken?
No.
And I will add him to my squad. I have big dreams for him once he comes back from this injury.
Yeah, he better be coming back soon too. He's starting to we're starting to hear things about undrafted free agents. Like I can't even remember their names right now. Starling Thomas and another guy I can't remember, but both of them undrafted cornerbacks that are starting to make their name known, much like Jerry Jacobs, because Mosley isn't coming back yet. But supposedly he's coming soon. So let's hope on that. Okay. So Julius has 3 more picks: a wide receiver, a front 7, and a DB. I got 4 picks here. I'm gonna get another DB. I'm gonna get my man Oh, I did want to get a late round guy, but I guess I'm gonna just have to get Will Harris. I got to get Will Harris on this team. I never really want that, but we'll get him. I guess we'll just kind of see what happens. I don't love the pick, but we filled up our DB. Defense is done.
Oh, all right. That leaves me with some studs. It's funny. I can only make two picks, and then the rest. Well, never mind. Actually, I ignore that. All right, I need one more DL linebacker. I'm gonna go with old reliable Charles Harris.
Great pick.
I think he could provide some veteran leadership as well as Okora, but I like him a little bit better than some of these other guys. Need to round it out. Need a wide receiver, tight end, or I could take a quarterback, but let's say a quarterback for my last pick. I'm gonna go wide receiver Josh Reynolds.
Spider.
Heavily
Josh
considering Des Mims, but I like Josh Reynolds. Even
Antoine Green still available as well. Sorry to interrupt you.
He's got that connection with Jared Goff, although Goff is my quarterback. But
You're gonna have Sudfeld, so he probably has a good connection with Sudfeld. So, or I mean, maybe you take who's our fourth string quarterback? Adrian Martinez. Thank you.
More mobile than Nate.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. Back to me. I'm filling 2 offensive linemen and a running back. I'll just take Graham Glasgow right now as my first offensive lineman, which kind of stinks, but he's going to be great this year. So I'm really happy with it. Maybe it doesn't stink. No, Graham, I'm sorry if you're watching. Great number 1 pick or great number 1 offensive lineman. Like, he is my boy. I love him. Julius for 2. Fill in front 7, DB, and a wide receiver. You got 3 left.
So for wide receiver, I'm gonna go ahead and take Antoine Green.
Oh,
just throwing a dice there. You said that, and also front 7 and DB.
You need a front 7 and a DB, but you only got 1 more pick, so you'll have to wait till
7 and DB. In that case, I guess I'll go to the front 7 and take Derek Barnes. Has he been gone?
He is not. He's good.
I'll take Derek Barnes. Most definitely. That's a steal, actually. That's a steal.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
DB's
That's back to me. Julie's got 1 pick left. I got 2 picks left. Okay, I'll just take my running back. I'm not taking Craig Reynolds. I'm taking Justin Jackson as my running back. I like him more. He played well down the stretch last year. I just enjoy him. Adam, for your last 2?
Got to go quarterback, tight end. I would have taken friend of the show, Shane Zylstra, but he's injured. So got to go with I don't even know. I don't want to go with that dude we just signed from the XFL, but
Daniel. His name is Daniel Helm, but there's also Brock Wright out there.
Brock Wright, solid choice right there. Helped us beat the Jets, amongst some other teams. Had 3 touchdown games, so he can produce. I like Brock Wright there. And for my final pick, I'm going to appeal to the judges on this one and say this player is not a quarterback, but he can throw passes. He has thrown passes, completed passes. Jack Fox.
Well, I'll list him at quarterback position if you want.
All right. Let's go. Jack Fox, QB. We all know he could sling it. If he needed to, he'd be QB1. Just doesn't need to always. When he's called upon to make that 4th and 8 fake punt, whatever, boom. It's nice and easy to not going to be CJ Moore anymore, but it'll be some other, little gunner that'll be getting those, who's this? Not who's this dude, but we'll know.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good zig when you're supposed to zig. That's a great one. I like that. I'll finish mine up with getting a last offensive lineman. I'll get old Big V. Taylor Decker himself told us that Big V could chug a solid glass of beer, right? I think that's what he was saying, or maybe I'm getting that wrong that he didn't. I think he said he did. So we're going to go with it, and I'm taking Big B on my team. Julius, finish us off with the DB.
I am going to draft. Cam Sutton is off the board, correct?
Oh, yeah. Everyone's off the board. Top 8 DBs are off the board. You're looking at...
Give me Chase Lucas, please. I'll take
Okay.
Chase Lucas. I'll put him in a nickel. He might get a pick or two.
All right. I believe Josh Paschal was snubbed from this
Woo.
draft. Nate Sudfeld. And
Who is Julius's defensive lineman?
I got Campbell, Rodrigo, Julian Okora, and Derek Barnes.
Oh, that's right.
Some dogs.
And then he has Brian Branch, Emmanuel Mosley, and Chase Lucas in the DB.
Dogs.
Finish out Julius's just since I'm listing them right now. He has Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Antoine Green, Khalif Raymond, James Mitchell, Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson.
All dogs.
I'll keep running them through. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. Go ahead.
See, my theory is with my team as well. You might be thinking, oh, Jack Fox, he's a punter. Well, with my offensive line and Dave Montgomery, you just need to be handing that ball off because that's all we really need to do. Jack Fox, you could be for show. Marvin Jones, you could be for singing support. And Josh Reynolds, you just be the hype guy.
I love it. Who you got at defense?
Defense, I got Hutch Kaminsky, Romeo Okoro, Charles Harris, and I do believe I got the best defensive backs group at least. Sutton, Kirby Joseph, and Tracy Walker.
Those are good.
Yeah, I think so. I think I got all right. So
Let's see what the fans think.
Yeah. Well, let me list mine off real quick. I got Hendon Hooker, Justin Jackson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, Graham Glasgow, Big V. And on defense, we got Aleem McNeil, James Houston, Alex Anzalone, Isaiah Buggs, CJ, GJ, Seatbelt, Jerry Jacobs, and Will Harris.
I like the parody, boys.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it's something to think about. Nick, for you, obviously the wide receivers, that was sneaky, coming out hot, kind of putting us into a little bit of a pinch.
That was my strategy.
And he got Hooker at quarterback to throw to him.
And he's a good quarterback. He's been taking throwing reps after practice every day too.
Interesting. But we're going to let the fans vote, fans decide. This will likely be up probably tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see. But nonetheless, check us out on Twitter at Honolulu Blues _ Check us out individually at Everyday FFB for myself, for Julius and Nick Faber NFL. Give us a like and subscribe on Spotify. We love all that good stuff. Comment. If you guys want us to do another draft of some sort of Detroit-ish, comment. Nick, I believe it was your dad tossed in there, so we should do past and present.
Ooh, we should do that. I think that was already mentioned in our group chat as well. We'll do an all-time Detroit Lions 7 versus 7, and we'll see who comes up with the best.
And again, training is starting to pick up, and we're getting closer and closer to the NFL season, so we'll see if we have time for that. But maybe we'll do a little bonus episode, 2 a week or something like that. It could be fun. But as always, we will see you all next week. Hey, go
Lions.
Go Lions.